Hi, this is Marc. I'm a consultant with the Institute of HeartMath, have been for about 6-7 years. I volunteered to do an unboxing video for the emWave2, and I did so because I think it's a fantastic technology. I like it for two real good reasons. I think one is it's mobile. It allows me to practice my sort of raising of coherence over time anywhere. I can be on an airplane, I can be at the park with the kids, I can be at the golf course, wherever I want to be, it follows me. And I like the mobility of the device. Not just because it allows me to go outside the home, even inside the house I prefer it, because I can sit in my favorite chair and use it there, versus having to be tethered to the computer in order to do my practice sessions. So that's one. The second thing is that this actually allows me to take my practice sessions and import them into my computer or laptop and look at them over time, so I can get a good sense of how I'm improving or how I'm raising or lifting my baseline of coherence over time. So it allows me to track that, and I like that a lot as well. So for those two reasons, I highly recommend it. I want to give you just a quick overview of what comes with it in the box. It's a great package. It's something that allows you to see all the benefits and features of the product right on the box. This is the main actor, if you will, the emWave itself. You just turn it on by pressing at the bottom of the thumb sensor and holding that down for a while. You just put your thumb over the thumb sensor, and it'll begin to calibrate right here, and it will show that when it's getting your heartbeat, this little blue light comes on, so you're alive, at least you know that much. And then you can sort of track the breathing pacer itself. So you just track the breathing pacer up and down with your inward and outward breath. And then you concentrate on your heart area in doing that, and you send appreciation. So in doing this and practicing it over time, you can raise your baseline of coherence. And coherence is that sort of, it's a hard thing to define, but it's one of the things that the Institute has put 20 years of research into, how the heart and the mind or brain, how they communicate. And how do you improve that level of communication? Because it's this coherence of communication between the heart and the brain that really helps your performance in all dimensions of your life. Whether it's taking a test, doing a presentation to the board, performing any kind of routine matters, you need to have this sort of high coherent state in order to be in the zone, as sort of elite athletes call it. So this green light is an indication that I am in the high coherence state. But to be fair, I'm at challenge level 1, so that's the easiest challenge level. When you get good at this, you can pretty much stay in that coherence state, even while things around you may appear to be a bit chaotic. And that's one of the advantages, is it allows you to, in effect, dissipate stress, maintain a high performance state over time. And that's one of the things that this device trains you in. So anyway, I'm going to turn it off for the time being, and you simply hold this down where you turn it on for about 3 seconds, and it turns off, as you can see. Obviously, this is very small, goes in the purse, goes in your pocket, or whatever. The product also comes with a cable, and this is the USB cable, and this is what allows you to connect it to your computer, whether it's a laptop or desktop, and it allows you to display on the computer itself instead of relying exclusively on the LED strip here, which is the way you would do it when it's not tethered to the computer. Okay? So the USB cord comes with it, and then you have an ear sensor. And the ear sensor just connects to your earlobe and then plugs into the bottom of the unit, as so. And if this were on, then it would effectively go through the same process as it just did when I had my thumb. What this allows, obviously, is hands-free operation. So I can now be multitasking, or I don't have to necessarily be multitasking. I can just kind of rest and not have to be holding it or be thinking about is my thumb directly on the thumb sensor and so forth. So in most cases, I use the ear sensor. For quick pick-me-ups, if you will, I usually use the thumb. Just because it's quicker and easier. But if I'm going to go into a session, I tend to use the full complement of the ear sensor. Also comes with a Cd-Rom, The CD-Rom is what allows you to install the program application that allows you to use this with your computer. So that comes with it. It comes with a quick start guide. The quick start guide is just a quick, maybe 20 to 30 minutes is what it's going to take you to read, install, and get familiar with the basic use of the product. Depending on your comfort level, that will give you a level 1 sort of base. And from there, you just kind of continue to proceed. There's 4 challenge levels. And so for most people, I imagine it would take them somewhere between 4 to 6 months to get to the point where they're on challenge level 3 or 4 and operating in high coherence when they put their attention onto the techniques that come with the device. And the techniques are contained in the practice plan, and it's a really nice way of putting it. This, by the way, I think I've pointed to this. This is the user guide. This is the practice plan. And it really has a lot of good tips and steps for using the coherence techniques that the Institute has developed over its 20 years of research. So that's what comes with the box. What I'd like to do now is show you what it looks like on screen. So I'm going to take a little break and I'll show you a picture of it on the screen. One of the great things about the emWave2 is being able to see your scores, see your progress and so forth in much higher level of granularity. And then being able to save those and then compare them to previous scores or maybe members of my family or things of that nature over time. It's really nice. The other thing that this product has, it's really cool, is it has Coherence Coach. I'm not going to run it for you right now. It takes a little too much time. But this is a tutorial that really teaches you the coherence technique. They have various games. I'm not going to actually run through this game because it takes a little too much time, but this is an example of when you turn it on, the grass starts to turn green, water comes in, swans are there, bunnies, are there, deer, etc. So you start to populate this and it becomes this really bright, vibrant garden full of life. And it all depends on your level of coherence as to whether that happens, of course. These are nice games, actually, because the games themselves, I will start this one. And it's calibrating right now, but this game is one that really kind of helps you with the flow of coherence, because when you first start off, it does have this sort of little particles, you might say photons of sorts, that are sort of coming up on the screen. And as you get into a higher coherence, they start to flow more, and the flow becomes something that you, in a sense, can control, again, through that heart-brain communication of coherence. And when you get good at this, the light will turn green. You'll have a pretty large flow and dynamic that's coming out, effusing the screen, if you will. So you can start to see it now. I kind of need to stop talking and concentrate on what I'm doing here, but there you see it. So I've gone through the stages of coherence, and it's starting to really flow now. And so this device is allowing me to get the visual display of my inner workings, if you will. Technology, highly recommend it, and I think you'll have a lot of fun, and it's also great to use with the entire family. So, at any rate, hope that's been helpful. This is Marc signing off.